Erroneous. What's up, guys? I'm McKinley Crain here today. I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review of the Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, Episode 3. Now let's get into it. So this episode takes place after the events of the previous episode, and while it is not as good as the previous two episodes have been, it's still good and it's still great and it's still enjoyable. It's a bit differently directed than the other two episodes were, mainly because it has a different director than the previous episodes did, but it still works. It has some great action scenes. It doesn't have any pacing issues. It has some character development that's needed. It has some great moments involving the dynamic duo of the show, which is Boba Fett and Finnick. They're great together. And then there are some new characters introduced and some new plot lines opened up in this episode, which I think are great and which really make this episode even more intriguing. And then there are actually some surprising celebrity cameos as characters in this episode that I was just like, what the frick? I never thought that this person would ever play a role in Star Wars. I'm not going to tell you who's in there, but wow, I wasn't expecting them to be in here. The costumes are great. The new characters in this episode are great and are actually surprisingly very likable. Well, not really surprisingly very likable. I knew that they were going to be likable. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm burping so much. But I didn't actually expect them to be likable in the way that they were likable. But I expect them to be likable in a different kind of way, you know what I mean? But, you know, they were likable in a completely different way than I was expecting, which is great. The ending was great. It made me want to see more. The flashback sequences were great. And led to some emotional moments, which I thought were great. I just really enjoyed this episode. And it made us see more of who Boba Fett is, and you know what his motivations are, which I think is great. And it made me really want to see the next episode. Anyway, I'm gonna give this episode a 100% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A+. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.